It's 9 February 12th, 9:40 p.m. in the Philippines. I'm actually in my pajamas. I wasn't planning on going live, but I just had a call. I don't usually have a call on a weekend, so it's Saturday. But and I was supposed to do productive popcorn yesterday, but I was just so tired. I wrote so much stuff yesterday that I just didn't like feel like going live. I know I'm trying to get into the groove of things for live streaming, but it's been hard recently because unlike January, February for me, I have a lot of projects. I started accepting projects, more projects. So wait, I'm just gonna share um, to my I'm sharing the live stream, and I'm also recording this as a podcast because previously I had issues with the internet, and when I was about to upload the podcast, the sound was not good. So now I'm recording separately. So join me. Let's talk about why we are obsessed with zombies. So actually, going live this hour is not ideal because it's like nighttime in the Philippines, bedtime. But for me, this is ideal because my kids are asleep and I feel like more confident going live. So anyway, let me know where you are watching from, listening from. This is going to be available later on. Um, Podcast, Spotify, wherever. And by the way, I'm supposed to play an ad for my friend Kevin. So Kevin Gachuela, hello, hello. He is actually my good friend and also a great graphic designer. He designed my productive popcorn logo. So he actually has a very cool video ad, but since this is an impromptu live stream, I haven't played it yet. But Kevin, I didn't ask where you want people to find more about you. I think I have his Facebook page, so I'm gonna link to his Facebook page, and yeah, okay. So I think I'm gonna do that again so that it sounds great. I hope in the podcast. So hello, welcome to Productive Popcorn, episode 3, season 2. I just like saying that. See, episode 2, season 3. No, episode 3, season 2. Um, the reason why I'm like making seasons because on Anchor, the one that I use to distribute the podcast, it actually asks you seasons. So I thought it's cool. It's like a TV series to have seasons. So anyway, Productive Popcorn is a show for anyone who loves to um, enjoy watching shows on Netflix, but at the same time doing the things that they love. So this is the best show if like to discuss what you're currently watching and also the things that you have accomplished this week. So this week was very, very productive for me. I think I know I wrote 10,000 words. Actually, I'm not sure now, but I think it was finishing. Um, I was editing a 4,000 word blog post and then I finished a 3,001. I think this is this week. Like I've just been writing and writing. And yeah, so that's basically, I wake up, I write some more. I do have some marketing, project management work, but yeah, which I love because as a writer, I usually get orders from my editors or manager and then I just write them. But as a project manager, marketing project manager, I get to order people around. So but I love like building processes. And yeah, so by the way, if this is the first time that you're also learning about me, so I'm Irene Chan. I'm a freelance writer and content marketer. You can learn more about me at isirenechan.com. And yeah, I'm obsessed with zombies. I am obsessed with basically right now all of us are dead. I finally finished watching it and I am not so sure how I feel about the last episode or the finale. So let me know what you think. So this is definitely going to be a spoiler. So if you haven't watched it yet, make sure to watch it first and then come back and listen to it to this podcast or to this live stream and then comment what you think about the finale. So basically, uh, it is a very, very good. zombie TV series. I think it's like a good one. We haven't had a good TV series for a long time. Like The Walking Dead, although it's still haven't watched the latest episodes. I'm not sure if it's actually still going on, but I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna finish it because I committed to watching it since season one. So I'm definitely gonna finish that. But All of Us Are Dead is something. As a zombie fan, I think like it is definitely one of the best in the past decade. It's kind of hard to beat Kingdom, but I'm kind of biased to the genre that combines horror and comedy and do it very well. So that's kind of like what All of Us Are Dead is all about. It's really great storytelling, plus so many exciting new things about um, what happens when you get bitten. So anyway, it's definitely a great show. So last week I wasn't sure whether to rate it like 5/5 or 4/5, but definitely rating it 5/5. So you gotta watch it. Okay. So I actually haven't planned anything for this show. So I'm just basically babbling. There's another zombie show. Um, and now I am opening Netflix, so I think it's gonna affect the quality of my live stream. So anyway, we started watching. There's another one, the Japanese one. Ah, it's also in the top 10.
This game is a game of physical
Ah,
domination.
number one, I love you when the world ends. I keep forgetting its title. Love you as the world ends. So the top. Wait, I'm gonna share my screen. Hello to everyone that's watching. Let me know if you already watched All of Us Are Dead. And we've been having issues with the internet, and I keep receiving texts that they have not resolved it. So like, okay, share window. Uh, oh, and by the way, I have a new background. I've been working on my background. I've been displaying my robot collection in the back. I'm there are movie posters that I bought, so that one I haven't displayed yet. But anyway, let me know if you can see my screen. The top two in the top 10 in the Philippines today are both zombie TV series. So All of Us Are Dead. I'm done watching it. You definitely need to watch it if you love horror, if you love zombies, and Love You as the World Ends. I think I watched it the first episode yesterday, and I'm not even sure if I finish it because I was too sleepy on a Friday night. um, I would say it's not as exciting. I mean, it's in like there are things that is enough to make you curious, but it's not as like uh, it will not put you at the edge of your seat. Ah, no. Okay, so yeah, love you. If you've watched it, let me know if I should keep watching, if it's worth watching. Okay, so All of Us Are Dead. I have so many things to say about All of Us Are Dead. And by the way, I'm also writing, and I'm afraid that productive popcorn now is kind of like becoming just talk about zombies. And today I thought a lot about zombies. Yeah, that's mostly when I'm not thinking about the articles that I'm writing. I'm thinking about zombies. I'm actually writing a bunch of short stories for about zombies. So I found an online magazine where I could possibly submit it. So if you're interested in reading them, I'm gonna link to them in the chat. So it's in Notion. It's a page on Notion that I'm using. So if you have Notion, you can even comment on it. So anyway, that's how I love zombies. I just have this idea of producing kind of love death robots, but just like all zombie stories. I know it's crazy, but anyway, so that's how much I'm thinking about zombies. So I'm watching zombie series, and I'm also thinking about stories about zombies to write. So I don't know like why we are obsessed with zombies so much. Like for me personally, I've been actually learning about like the history of zombie literature. I'm not sure like if there was a subject of zombie literature, because I actually my second major was literature. So if there was like a zombie literature, I would definitely take that course. So, ooh, there is a state of zombie literature. Um, yeah. So I do also love to read books. I'm not reading fiction as much just because there's so much going on in my life. Um, and yeah, and usually I get lost when reading books. It's harder for me to kind of stop. So sometimes I would just stay up late so I could finish a book. Unlike with an episode, like watching one TV series episode, then I could sleep after watching one episode. So it's kind of like great for my schedule right now as a freelance writer with two toddlers that are also being homeschooled. Anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Zombies. So maybe I'm definitely gonna just change the name of the show to Zombies. Zombie. Okay. Anyway, I couldn't find the. I think it was in Wikipedia. Anyway, uh, like zombie literature. Of course, like the genre started with uh, Night of the Dead, the George Romero one. Okay, so it kind of died down um, from I think 1960. Was it 1968? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so Dawn of the Dead, and then it got remade. Resident Evil kind of like kickstarted the zombie popularity of the zombie genre again. It basically haven't died down since then. And um, yeah, so that's very interesting for me. So why do you think we are obsessed with zombies? Uh, like for me, I was actually kind of asking that question because it helps me write about my like I'm kind of finding a common theme about the zombie short stories that I'm writing. But basically, I think first we're kind of the first theme that I'm kind of seeing is that we like the idea of the society and like whatever the civilization that we have now like kind of disappear almost overnight, and what kind of people would we be if that happens? And I think that's kind of like an exciting question to explore, especially if you're not the one living in the zombie apocalypse. So anyway, so I think, and also, you know, how much are you willing to do or to give up, or what will it take for you to protect the people that you love? So I think those kind of like the interesting questions. And yeah. So why are you obsessed with zombies? If you are obsessed with zombies, I would love to know that. Okay. So this week, I think I'm going to switch to the productive part of the show. I don't think I've learned a new mm, productivity hack this week. Let me think about a productivity hack. Ooh, that reminds me. Actually, oh, so I am actually working with Wiser. You can go to wiser.com. So they are, it's a marketplace of experts, vetted experts from around the world. I'm also one of the experts, and I actually wrote a blog post in the blog. So Staples is one of our partners, and I actually have some tips about brainstorming, like how you can have productive brainstorming. Although I don't think I can submit this video because I'm in my pajamas. So they need a video from me to like turn my article into how am I gonna find the article? Ooh, it's in my history. Okay. So let's see. I didn't plan for the show. So I'm just gonna use this article. Yeah, 5 tips for a productive brainstorming session. Uh, and hopefully I can use this video and cut it. So this is like one productivity hack is of course always trying to do two things at once. So I am live streaming right now, which kind of reminded me of a task. So this is definitely like not this is something that's nice to have for my sister because she's the one managing the social media. It's a good content. It's nice to have content for them to turn this article into a video. And something that I'm helping them with. So, but it's definitely like not part of my contract. So that's why I'm kind of like figuring out the best way to do it outside of my working hours. Okay. So anyway, I love brainstorming and I have like some strategies of brainstorming for myself. So today we're going to talk about 5 tips for a productive brainstorming session. And step one is to have a specific goal on your brainstorming session. So, why are you brainstorming? Are you brainstorming because you need to increase your sales goals? You need to increase the traffic to your website. So, it needs to have a specific goal or a specific challenge that you're trying to solve because that's basically where it sets the filters and the parameters of your brainstorming session. So, you're not like just basically thinking about anything and doing like basically thinking about everything that you end up with very um, vague ideas. So set the goal for your brainstorming session. And I wrote this article for people that might be brainstorming with their team, but this basically the same structure when you are brainstorming with yourself. So if you are brainstorming with a team, then make sure that you have like a pre-brainstorming session before the actual call. It actually makes the call much more comprehensive and much shorter if people that are attending the call already brainstorm by themselves. So going back to the first tip is to set the goal. So start a document, like start it with a question. For example, how can we get more sales? And then share that document with people and ask people to list all of the ideas that they have. And it's a way for people to, and this is where you can get the creativity out. Just list all of the ideas from all team members without judging them, and then you can actually once you write everything out, then you can use that document in the call. You can go over each idea during the call and see whether it makes sense or is totally out of scope. Because sometimes, let's say, if you are thinking about um, getting more sales, then you have to work with the current resources that you have and the budget that you have. So if some of the ideas are just like um, not achievable right now, then you can cross it off from the list. So that's why it's very important to have that, like, it's a balance between creativity within boundaries. So it's not like just so super creative, but you can't actually execute it. So yeah, that's once you have that document where you have all the ideas, set up the call, set it for 30 minutes. And if you're just brainstorming by yourself, you can also set this for 30 minutes. You can always extend it, but I like doing the 30 minutes because everyone has the expectation that the call will be done in 30 minutes and they're basically going to be thinking fast. And you can always extend it to 45 or 1 hour if needed, or you can set up another call just if you don't have that like really solid ideas in the first brainstorming session. So yeah, and questions to ask yourself is how easy it is to implement, the potential return from implementing the idea, how it will help you with your long-term goal. So those are kind of like the questions that you can ask yourself to have that to kind of like choose the top 3 ideas that you will be executing, and always end with action items and make sure that because if you just brainstorming and no action, then nothing will happen. So make sure like what exactly do you need to do you need to assign someone to explore more about the idea, like how much would it cost, who will be leading it. So those action items are basically why you did the brainstorming session so that you can execute them. Yeah, so those are my those kind of like the brainstorming tips that I have today. How many minutes did that take? So okay, and I am using a tool called Be Live to do this show with a fancy frame. Um, and if you are interested to learn more about Be Live, just go to be.live and yeah, produce your own live streams. And you can learn more about what I do at itsirenchan.com. So that's where all of my portfolio is as a freelance writer. And if you want to read my zombie story, um, I'm sharing this so that I will be forced to keep writing. Although doing a terrible job right now because I only have three stories for the past. I haven't added anything new for the past 2 or 3 weeks, basically. Um, so yeah, and that reminds me. So I need to uh, add some zombie thingy on the on the background because I'm like another obsession of mine is like robots, so that's why I have a robot collection. Ooh, so I have like 21 minutes. That's good. I think I feel very productive this week, and I also watch kind of a lot of shows. I also started watching The Woman Across the Window. Like the title is really long. I can't remember. um, it's promising. It's like I feel like it's a slow burn, so you gotta be patient. But I think it's gonna be the payoff is gonna be worth it. So yeah. But today I'm gonna watch This Is Us because I remembered the ending of the last season. It kind of upset me, so I have to figure out what happened next. Let me know what you're watching this weekend. And thank you so much for watching or listening to Productive Popcorn. Have a great weekend